Now I have one question for you. What's happening in your neighborhood? Well, good evening. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And tonight, my special guest is Mr. Lashon Proctor. Welcome, Lashon.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your show today. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming. Hey, Lashon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, I'm Lashon Proctor. I am a high school graduate of Westbrook High School here in the city of Beaumont. I'm the owner and my family owns Proctor's Mortuary, where my father has allowed me to be kind of the overseer in a sense of our business. I'm basically a veteran. I've served in the U.S. Navy. I worked at BNSF Railroad, where I was the union rep for UTU, Brakeman's local chairman. So there was a few things that I've done, and just a manager of now the facilities that we've been blessed by God to be able to service in the communities that we serve in.
Hey, Lashon, let me thank you for your service, man. 10 years in the Navy, so that means you've been all around the world.
Yes, sir. I was blessed to be stationed in Japan. Yokosuka, Japan is where I started my Navy career. Of course, I started in Great Lakes when I went to boot camp, but outside of that, I went to Yokosuka, Japan. Spent a lot of time in Yokosuka. Actually, I did 2 years over there. I liked it so much. Did one term here in stateside in Alameda, and that was it. And I really enjoyed the Navy. It really helped me to get a foundation. I often tell people that going to the military was one of the best decisions that I made ever in my life.
Now, Lashon, you just made a decision recently to put your name in a hat to run for the mayor of the city of Beaumont. So tell us, why did you decide to run?
Well, I decided to run for the mayor. Of course, just being in a part of the city and doing some of the things that I've done and the people that I've run across. When Mayor Ames decided that she was not going to run anymore, I just had a lot of the city people that I know that know me personally was just always kind of saying, hey, why don't you run for city politics? Why don't you run for mayor? And this is just not the first time that they've said that. You know, I've considered it a few years back, but at the time we was just doing some other things as far as our business was concerned. And I felt that this was just a good opportunity and a good time to be able to run for that position.
Now, Lashon, you've been out and about in the city. I can recall back when the hurricane came, you were out there, hurricane recovery, relief, and everything else.
Yes, sir. That's correct. One thing that I think that sets me apart is I'm just a community person. The community, the city, all parts of the city, from Harvey, every storm that we've had, we've been a part of trying to get the city back up and running, to trying to make things work, to try to rescue people. I say we were boots on the ground. You know, even in the military, you have boots on the ground. And even in that sense, we've always been boots on the ground, trying to make it happen, out putting ourselves in harm's way, just going out trying to be a good neighbor, to be a good citizen, and just to help our neighbors out that was in distress. Because, you know, in those storms, a lot of people were stranded. A lot of people were stuck. They had no way out. They had no way to be able to even get out. They had no resources. So I thank God that we've always had a few resources that we can put in place to help people. And then it was just myself and some good people that actually wanted to help. And we just went out and tried to get it done and help people and save them and get them to a safe place where they can get shelter, food, and just get out of harm's way.
So Lashon, what unique skills do you bring to the position for mayor if you were so fortunate to become the new mayor?
Well, one thing that I think that in the unique skills that I have is to be in the engagement with the community. Just as you asked a few minutes ago when we was talking about the storms, I think that I have the ability to be able to connect with the citizens, to be able to connect with the people, not only sit in the office and tell them what needs to be done or what we should do, but no, I'm going to be right there with them. I'm going to be right in the trenches, getting down with them, making it happen, not only saying that this is what we need to do, but no, let's do it. How can we do it together? That's just one of the things and the qualities that I think that I bring from even military service. You know, it didn't matter your rank, didn't matter what you were. If it's all hands on deck. That's everyone. Everyone got to get in and make it happen. And that's just one of the tributes, the traits that I bring, with my military background, that I think that's going to help make this city a better place if I'm allowed to be have that position as being the mayor of the city of Beaumont.
So what do you see as some of the biggest issues that we might face in our city right now?
Well, of course, right now, it's COVID. I think COVID across the country is one of the major things that everybody is suffering with. Just how to get a handle on it, how to get a hand on it. What do we need to do? And I think with that, I am able to help with that because, in my line of business, who have to deal with the COVID persons that pass away? Funeral homes. A lot of times we are the first, in a sense, people that after your nurses and your doctors and those persons handle those persons and try to help them to survive. If they happen to perish, then we're the persons that come in. We're the persons that see how the numbers are. We're the persons that get a really honest view of what the numbers are and how it's affecting our communities. So I think with that is just having another insight on what is really going on, to be able to tell people that, hey, this is real. Hey, this is what's happening. I see it firsthand. And then with the infrastructure, of course, we know City of Beaumont have infrastructure tasks that we need to handle with the flooding. How do I know that? Because again, as we stated earlier, the floods, I've been a part of them. The floods, I've lost the home. Our businesses have been flooded. So we've been right there in the middle. We've been right there with the people of the city that have lost things. We've been a part. That's just one of the things that I think that we can bring to that office to just help the people, because people can relate because we've been there. And I just think those are a few things that we can really bring in that's going to help this city to just see some things, and how can we go about fixing those things.
So, Lashon, could you explain to the people who are watching tonight how the city council actually functions versus the city management system?
Well, in the city council system, of course, you have to have 2 votes to get anything on the agenda. You have to have 4 votes in order to win, or to be able to get anything passed. I won't say to win, to get anything passed, But in the sense with that, you have to have the vote. In the sense of we have the way that the charter is written in the city. Then, of course, we know the city manager is the person that basically goes in and does the budget, that does all of those financial things, that write the checks, that can basically move things around on the agenda. So those are just a few things that kind of go in with the city council and the city management as far as the city of Beaumont is concerned.
So what can be done to make sure that we get things done in the city, as far as our benchmarks, our goals? What can be done to make sure that it's actually being done?
Well, first of all, I think the best thing is to have the citizens involved, to be able to be transparent with the citizens, allow the citizens to really have a say, and to basically come on one accord. As once the city council and the members come on one accord and everybody has the same goal to move the city forward for progression, then I think those are some of the easier things. But I think once the citizens are able to really be a part and we be transparent to the citizens as far as what's going on, and accountability, having accountability for the things that's going on in the city, I think that we'll be able to move this city forward, and everyone will be happy with the wins, the ups and the downs. The ups, because we're going to have some of those. Everything that we put in to try to move forward, some things are not going to move as fast as we want. But if the citizens understand why and they understand the process, then I think they'll be better suited to say, okay, we get it.
So what would you do differently to expose the citizens to what's really happening in the city?
Well, again, that's having open dialogue with the citizens, having, whether you want to have town hall meetings with the citizens, whether you out in the community, just finding out what the citizens actually need. And that's all parts of the city, from one end of the city to the other end of the city. That's all parts of the city, finding out what everyone needs, what everyone wants. How can we go about getting it? So I think open dialogue is one of the best ways to be able to do it, because we all know with communication, communication is the key to all things. You have to have an open line of communication in order to be able to just get the dialogue that you need. And trust. People have to trust that you're going to have their best interest at hand. They have to trust that you're going to do what you say. They have to trust that when you say you're going to do something, then you're going to act on it and not just have it be words. You're going to have it to have actions behind it.
So, okay, so what can be done? What can the city council do to promote Beaumont, to bring other industries into our city?
Well, the promotion of Beaumont can occur when, of course, like you say, when we bring other businesses. These businesses have to be comfortable with coming here. You know, we have to address the issues of the infrastructure. We have to let them know that when they do that, when we were trying to recruit new businesses, that outside of that, that when you come in, we're going to help you to basically be able to make sure your employees, if you're bringing outside employees, that they have a good system to come into, that the school system is going to work for you, that we have our neighborhoods are safe. Those are the things that we have to ensure when people are coming in, because we know no one wants to come in somewhere where there seems to be turmoil. So if we can show businesses that we are solid in our city government, our school system, all of those persons are solid, I think that would encourage them alone to come here, because then it's a good place to raise a family and have your family to be safe.
So why is this election so important that's coming up?
Well, I think this election is so important because even across the country right now, you know, there's a turn in just the country within itself. I think as this city turns over, because again, we're going to have a new mayor, we're going to have a new head of the city. There's a lot of all of the city seats are up for re-election. Just new ideas. I think when you come in, it's very important to have new ideas. It's very important to have just someone to just bring in new things. And I think this election is very important because we're going to be able to do that right now. We're going to be able to have new ideas, have new people to just bring in something that can help us move this city forward.
So Lashon, how's the campaign going? I mean, you just jumped in. How's the campaign going?
Man, I think it's going well. I mean, I've gotten a lot of support from personnel, just people calling, people being encouraging, people saying, "Hey, we're going to support you." Those are the things that have been really encouraging. And a lot of times people saying, "What took you so long?" You know, I've had a lot of encouragement from people just saying, "Hey, we're what the city needs. You know, we think that you have what the city needs," and that's been very encouraging to me.
Okay, so what if somebody want to volunteer or participate in your campaign? How can they get in contact with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can go to our website, which is www.proctorformayor.org. You can call us at 409-234-4144. Our website is set up where you can volunteer. You can tell what you want to do. You can check the boxes. We'll be contacting you to do so. We're ready. We're ready. We already have probably about 75 volunteers that have already just in the time that we've announced in the week. You know, we already have about 75 volunteers. We got boots on the ground. People are ready. They're ready for this.
Hey, Lashon, can you tell us when early voting is going to begin and when is election day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Early voting. So for those that want to come out and start doing early voting, it's going to be April 19th. That's a Monday, April 19th, and it goes all the way through April 22nd. That is a Tuesday. So Monday, April the 19th to Tuesday, April the 27th, I'm sorry. Those are the days for early voting. Election day is going to be on May 1st. May 1st is going to be election day. Now do early voting because May 1st is a Saturday. So we don't want to have, you know, anything that happens that you won't get to vote on Saturday. You know, I'm in the funeral business. So I do understand that Saturdays is funeral days. So you may have a funeral, you may not be able to vote. So please, I'm encouraging you to vote between April the 19th, and that's 2021, and April the 27th, that's a Monday and a Tuesday. So please, ma'am, please, sir, get out there and vote.
So, Lashon, in our closing moments, what would you like to leave with the people who are watching tonight about your candidacy for the mayor of Beaumont?
Well, I just want to tell people that I am I'm a people's person. I'm a proven person that what you can do when you actually go out. If you look at just the track record of what we've done here at our business, the plan that we have put in place, the things that we have been able to accomplish, those are some of the things that we think that we can bring to the mayor's position. I know I have had the opportunity to work with a lot of people at some of the most trying times that they have in their life. I've shown what we can do. I've shown the support that we give. I've shown the attentiveness that I give to those situations. I would bring all of that to the seat of being the mayor. I've shown how we can work with different companies and different people and all of those things and build businesses and build things to where we all can be proud of. So once we get in that point of voting, please vote for me, Lashon Proctor, and understand one thing, our thing that we're going to use, our motto and our slogan that we're going to use is Proctor has a plan for the people. And that's all people. We have a plan for the entire city of Beaumont. And we just want to be able to have the citizens, which those are the persons that we are going to be looking for to get the things that we need, the information that we need. We're going to be on the ground roots, working our neighborhoods from one end of Beaumont to the other. We're going to be accessible to all of the people that want to be able to speak with me, to want to be able to talk to me, want to be able to tell me their issues. I'm here. That's what I've been doing for the last 20, 30 years. I've been doing that. So it's not anything that I have to get acclimated to doing. It's not anything that I have to try to do. This is just what I do. And I want to be able to show the people of Beaumont that we can change this city. We can make this city a better place. We can do whatever we want to do. We can build this city where it's not in a stagnant place, as where not only myself see, but everybody has said the same thing, that we seem not to have any growth. Allow me the opportunity. Allow me to show you what we can do. That's what I'm asking of the people.
Hey, Lashon, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And listen, I want to thank you for your service to our country by being in the military, in the Navy. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, listen, don't forget, early voting begins April the 19th through April the 27th. Election day is May the 1st. Don't delay. Get out and exercise your constitutional right to vote for those persons you believe have your best interests at heart. Now, again, we're bringing on all the candidates so that we can hear what they have to say about the future of Beaumont. And so I want to thank each and every one of them for coming on. And once again, I want to thank Lashon for joining us, and I want to thank you for joining us on what's happening in our neighborhood. And we'll see you next time on our broadcast. Now I have one question for you. What's happening in your neighborhood?